Hi everyone, Michelle Fixit here in the bathroom, about to take a bath. But I figured I'd give you guys a random little video because you haven't had any videos from me for a couple days because I've been like doing other stuff. So here's a pop quiz for you. What do you do if your breaker trips and you go to flip it and it just flips right back and it just keeps flipping right back? What do you do? Well, if you don't know what to do and you're not comfortable with troubleshooting your house, you can call an electrician. Or you need to know that either your breaker could be bad or you could have a faulty outlet where there's a connection inside that shouldn't be going on, which is a fire hazard. And so you may have a positive and negative inside that outlet or the light switch or in a fixture or something like that. It's actually touching, and so it's tripping your breaker, and as soon as your breaker gets flipped to re-engage, it's like nope, we have a completely closed circuit, something is wrong. So that presented itself in a house, and what ended up happening was, went to flip the breaker is not allowing engagement to stay on. So that tells me that I've either got a short somewhere, something's a little iffy, and in this case, we didn't have any smell of, yuckiness. The house had been sitting for a little bit, and we, didn't know what had caused it because we weren't there when it happened originally. So, if you have somebody in the, wherever the panel is, and they flip it, you're going to listen. You're going to try to make the house as quiet as possible, because while you can't see electricity, some people can hear electricity, and most everyone should be able to hear when electricity is a little bit grumpy. So when I was in the affected room, which was a kitchen, and I was like, hey, turn the breaker on, and the whole house is quiet, I heard pop. He's like, breaker's not staying on. Well, duh, that's why we're trying to do this process. So I keep getting closer and closer to that pop noise, and I found a hidden outlet that smelled atrocious, that had clearly overheated at some point, probably correcting what was going on inside of it. Positive and negatives were assumingly, corroded, messed up, causing a connection. And the breaker said, no, this is too much power going through here. We need to not have this working. So it changed out the outlet, smelled the old one, smelled horrible, didn't really look that bad. You really had to look at it because it was one of those dark ones where, like, the dark ones are a little deceptive because they can have, heating up and bits of corrosion, or the heating up where if it was a white one, an almond one, they do have red ones. They have, I think they even have like yellow outlets and stuff. But when you see it, you can see that like smoke and everything's going on. And this one just didn't have that as the case. But as soon as I pulled it out and I smelled it, I was like, oh yeah, you can totally smell this. But we didn't even know that outlet was back there. And so whoever was in the house before created a fire issue and ran the appliances that needed to run off of that outlet, which was strategically hidden behind a washer and a dryer, and just, let the fire hazard hang out and let the breaker stay that way. So that was one of the things that was accomplished today. So I just wanted to give you guys like a little idea of what could be causing a breaker to flip back. You can have breakers go out. It's far less common. In the event that happens, what you can do to kind of troubleshoot that is, if you have, like, say, breaker 1 or breaker 2 and it won't flip back and stay engaged, then you can flip the main, which is going to be the biggest number that's in your breaker box. I'm trying to like make this as easy and common sense as possible, because not everyone has the resources to hire an electrician, and if you do, then go for it. But if you're at least trying to troubleshoot a little bit, you can flip your main breaker. It should be labeled as main. Otherwise, it'll have a 100 on there if you're a really old house. Sometimes it's 60. 200 is more on par. And so you flip the main and try to engage, and then if it's still doing it, even though it doesn't have any power going through it, where it's not staying there, then you probably definitely have a broken breaker, because the connection is not working. But if it's powered, you want to isolate, what room that is with the breakers or rooms, and start sniffing outlets. I know it sounds silly, sniff your outlets, because if you smell the smell of like burning or cooking fish, or like a mustiness, you may have a potential fire hazard in your house. So sniff your outlets. Sounds silly, but as soon as you get close to it, you'll smell that something's not right. It'll be a little stinky. So that's it. And then you can change an outlet, which is not really that difficult to change an outlet. It's color coordination. But you guys have a fantastic day. That was part of my day. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of me on my random adventures. And otherwise, I'm taking a bath because I'm gross, because that was not the only thing of my day, and I did a bunch of stuff. And I will maybe tell you guys or show you that later. But see you next time. Bye.